What's up, you guys? This is Go2 back with another video. It's been a minute. It has definitely been a minute since I made a video, but it feels good to be back and better than ever. I'm just been going through life, trying to get everything in order, but it feels good to be back on YouTube and talking about basketball again. And trust me, I haven't missed anything as far as news and what's happening in the NBA. But today, I don't even want to talk about every single free agency move because at this point, a lot of these moves have already happened. We all know the Jaylen Brown trade. Giannis got moved. Kawhi Leonard got moved. LaMelo Ball, Ja Morant. Teams have been making move after move. But somehow, after all of that, the biggest storyline left in the NBA is still LeBron James. LeBron James is holding the league hostage right now. I don't even mean that in a bad way. I mean that in the sense that everybody is waiting on him. Every single day, fans are checking on updates. Analysts are talking about possible destinations. Teams are waiting to see what he is going to do. The basketball world is trying to figure out where a 41-year-old LeBron James is going to finish his career. That is insane. Because basically, for his entire career, LeBron has always been a player who got paid like a superstar. And rightfully so. He earned every dollar. This is one of the greatest players we've ever seen. But now at this age of his career, this does not really feel like it's about money anymore. LeBron has made all the money in the world. He's already a billionaire. He's already gonna have one of the greatest sports careers of all time when it's all said and done. He has championships, the MVPs, the records, the longevity, the legacy, everything. So now this feels like it's about something different. It's about happiness. It's about fit. It is about meaningful basketball. It is about competing for an NBA championship. It is about choosing where he wants to write the final chapter of his career. And that is why this decision is so interesting, because yet again, LeBron James is controlling the narrative. All these stars have moved. All these teams have made trades. All these franchises have tried to reshape the league. But at the end of the day, the biggest puzzle piece left is still LeBron James. Where he goes could change everything. It could change the Eastern Conference. It could change the championship picture. It could turn a really good team into a legitimate title threat. It could give LeBron one final chance to end one of the greatest careers in NBA history on a perfect note. So, today, that is what we're talking about. LeDecision awaits. Now, when you really think about it, this is crazy. LeBron is entering into the final chapter of his career. He's not 27-year-old Miami Heat LeBron anymore. He's not 2018 LeBron anymore. He is not the guy who is going to carry a bad roster to a finals by himself anymore. But he's still LeBron, and that's the difference. At age 41, LeBron is still giving you 21, 6, and 7 assists a game. For most players, that could be one of the best seasons of their career. For LeBron, people look at it and say, yeah, he's slowing down. That tells you how great this man has been. And that is why this decision still matters, because whenever LeBron does make that decision, he's not just joining a team as some veteran locker room guy. He's still good enough to go out and change the team's ceiling. He's still good enough to be a major piece on a championship team. He may not be the best player in the world anymore. He may not be the guy who's the most dominant every single night like he did in his prime. But as your second option, third option, or even a high-level connector piece, that's dangerous. Because LeBron is not just bringing points. He's bringing IQ. He's bringing size. He's bringing passing. He is bringing leadership. He's bringing playoff experience. He's bringing ability to control a tempo, calm a team down, make the right read, get people organized when the game gets chaotic. That matters in the playoffs. And that is why this decision could be one checkmate move of the offseason. All of these other teams have made their big moves. We all know it. LeBron could still literally shift everything. That is the power of the situation. And that is what makes it even crazier, is that people are obsessed on knowing where is he going to go. Every update matters. Every report matters. Every little rumor becomes a conversation. Somebody says Cleveland might be interested. People react. If somebody says Miami could be interested or an option, people react. If people hear about Golden State, they will react. The basketball world loses its mind. If Philly gets mentioned, now everybody's talking about how he could fit with Embiid, Maxey, Jaylen Brown. That is the LeBron effect. Even at 41 years old, he still controls the story. And whether you love LeBron or hate LeBron, you have to respect that. There has never really been another player like this. A player this old, this accomplished, this deep into his career, and still having the league wait on his next move. That is not normal. That is influence. That is longevity. That is narrative control. First, you have Cleveland. From a story standpoint, Cleveland might be the perfect ending. This is where it all started. This is home. This is where he was drafted. This is where he became a superstar. This is where he came back and delivered one of the greatest championships in NBA history. So if LeBron went back to Cleveland one more time, that could be a full circle moment. And basketball, Cleveland makes sense too. They have the talent, they have the structure, they have a team that can compete in the East. LeBron would not have to go there and carry everything by himself. He could come in, be a veteran leader, and help organize the offense and give them another playoff weapon. That is a meaningful ending. Then you have Miami. Miami will be interesting because LeBron already won championships there. 2 of them. He knows that organization. He knows what the Heat culture is about. Pat Riley's there. Eric Spoelstra's still there. And now you add in that you have Giannis and Bam out of Bio. That would be crazy. A front court LeBron, Giannis, and Bam would be one of the most physical, versatile, I wouldn't say the most defensive minded, but definitely defensive minded team we've seen. Only I say that because of LeBron at this stage of his career, but let's keep it going. Now, spacing would definitely be a question. Shooting would be a question, but size and defense transition and playoff toughness standpoint, that would be scary. And if there's any coach I would trust to figure that out, it's Eric Spoelstra. Then you have Golden State. And look, this is the one that will probably break the internet. People have already talked about LeBron and Steph Curry playing together for years. We saw them play in the Olympics, and the chemistry was obvious. The idea of Steph and LeBron on the same team, even at this stage of their careers, would be a must-watch basketball. From an entertainment standpoint, that would be the most fun option. Steph shooting next to LeBron's passing, LeBron's ability to screen, cut, pass, and create next to the greatest scorer ever. That would be beautiful basketball. And from a narrative standpoint, that will be wild too. 2 of the biggest rivals of this generation joining forces for one last run. That will be one of the craziest storylines the NBA has ever had. Then you have like Philadelphia. And this one is really interesting now because the Sixers got Jaylen Brown. And if you already have Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and then you have somehow get LeBron James, that is insane. This is the kind of move that could put Philly right at the top of the Eastern Conference. LeBron would not have to be number 1 option there. He would not even have to carry the scoring load every night. He could play off Embiid. He could set up Maxey. He could help Jaylen Brown get easier looks. He could be that veteran mind that helps them stay composed during the playoffs. And let's be honest, that is something Philly has needed. For years, the question with the Sixers has been, can they get over the hump? Can they stay healthy? They execute in the biggest moments. LeBron will solve every problem, but he would definitely change the way people look at that team. Now, I'm not going to say any of these teams are guaranteed. LeBron is going to take his time. He's going to evaluate the situation. He's going to look at the roster, the fit, the money, the lifestyle, the chance to win, and probably most importantly, his happiness. And honestly, I respect that. At this point of LeBron's career, what else does he have to prove? He has won championships. He has won MVPs. He has 4 Finals MVPs. He's the all-time leading scorer. He has played longer in elite level than anybody we've ever seen. It's one of the greatest careers in sports history. So now, it's not about proving people wrong. It's about finishing the story the right way. That is what makes this decision different from the old LeBron's decisions. When he left Cleveland for Miami, that was about chasing championships and stepping into his prime. When he went back to Cleveland, that was about legacy. That was about bringing a championship home. When he went to the Lakers, that was about winning in LA, expanding his brand, and starting a new chapter. But this feels different. This isn't about being in a new era. This is about ending one, and this is why the pressure is different. LeBron does not need to go somewhere and be a savior anymore. He does not need to carry a franchise on his back. He does not need to average 30 a game. He does not need to play 40 minutes every night. He needs to find the right situation. A team that already has structure, a team that already has talent, a team that needs one more player who can organize his offense and make the right reads, calm things down in the playoffs, and give them 18 to 20 points when they need it. That is the version of LeBron that can still help win a championship. And that is why, personally, I think the Eastern Conference makes the most sense. Now, I'm not saying the East is weak anymore, because it's not. The East has gotten a lot deeper. You have Philly, Miami, Toronto, Cleveland, New York, Boston. There are several teams over there. But if I'm LeBron at 41 years old, do I really want to go through the Western Conference again? Do I really want to have to deal with Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Denver, the Lakers, Golden State, Portland, and all the other teams just to go to the finals? That is a lot. These might be a better path for him. Not an easy path, but a better one. If he picks the right team in the East, that team could immediately become one of the favorites to come out of the conference. That is why this decision matters, because LeBron is no longer just a player. They're looking like, can he carry us? Now it's more like, can he complete us? That is different. He does not have to be the whole engine anymore. He can be the final piece, the veteran, the connector, the closer, the guy who makes the right play when everything slows down. And in a league where so many teams are trying to win right now, that kind of player still has serious value. That is why this whole situation is fascinating. The NBA has changed so much this offseason, but the conversation still comes back to LeBron. We all know the trades that have happened, yet the biggest headline is where LeBron is going. At 41, he is the final domino. He is still the piece everybody's watching. He's still the player who can make one really good team to a legitimate championship threat. And from a narrative standpoint, this is special. Does he go back to Cleveland? Does he return to Miami? Does he end up with Steph Curry and the Warriors? Does he join a loaded Philadelphia 76ers team? Does he shock everybody with the pick nobody expects? Whatever happens, it is going to define the ending of his career. So now, we wait. LeDecision awaits. Where does LeBron go? Does he choose the best basketball situation? Does he choose the best narrative ending? Does he choose comfort? Does he choose legacy? Does he choose one real last shot at a ring? We're going to find out. But no matter what happens, this is the final chapter of one of the greatest basketball careers we've ever seen. And now LeBron decides to finish his story. And this is going to be one of the biggest storylines of the entire NBA offseason. So let me know down below. What do you guys think? Where should LeBron go? Should he go back to Cleveland? Should he return to Miami? Should he team up with Steph and Golden State? Should he join Philly? Or should he go somewhere else that nobody may expect? Comment below what you believe to be. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.